Yes guys, I've had the new Hawas Black here for about a week and I'm here to tell you everything about this one. So the new Hawas Black was sent to me about a week ago and I've had time with this one and I think it's time for me to share a full review of this fragrance. And I've seen a lot of comparison of Hawas Black here to different fragrances, and my personal experience when I first tried this fragrance reminded me of one fragrance or maybe two fragrances, and in the end it went in a different direction altogether. Before we jump into all of that guys, let's do a quick note breakdown of this fragrance. So for Hawas Black here, we have pineapple, grapefruit and bergamot at the top, and on the heart of this fragrance there's cedarwood, patchouli and jasmine listed, and at the base there's oakmoss, there's woody notes and there's amber listed. If you're familiar with the collection of Hawas from Rasasi, you already know how well these ones perform. Like the Hawas Collection, the Hawas Original, the Hawas Ice would perform excellently, especially for the price point. And when I got Hawas here, my first impressions were, I was expecting the same kind of quality or value for the money. As soon as I sprayed Hawas Black last week, the first thing that came to mind was the popular Aventus DNA. Yes, this one reminded me right away of Aventus DNA, but with a freshness. There's an added freshness in the opening of this fragrance that also made me think of, Aventus Absolute, which is much fresher in the opening, especially with that lime bergamot kind of vibe that's in Aventus Absolute. But I recorded the video and everything was done and I was getting whiffs of something different. I got a different fragrance entirely that came to mind from what I was smelling. This fragrance transformed to a popular fragrance here, Hacivat by Nishane. This is not a direct clone of either one of these fragrances. The best way to describe Hawas Black here is like a mix of these two fragrances or these two DNAs. Yes, then plus that freshness from the bergamot, from that grapefruit at the top, because the opening of this fragrance is quite fresh and really bright. I pick up some ambroxine in the opening of this fragrance, even though it's not listed in the notes. Something here smells like ambroxine, and there's that fresh pineapple opening plus the citruses that really work together. I mean, the opening of this fragrance is more citrusy to me than even the pineapple, and I'm sure that's where the comparison to Creed Aventus Absolute comes from, because that one to me has kind of a fresh opening plus the original DNA. However, this one goes into a different direction, which leans more to Hacivat here. And like I said, a perfect way to describe this fragrance would be if this and Hacivat here came together and made a baby. It'll smell like this, probably not 100%, but if you smell this you would be reminded of these two fragrances, that's for sure. And I never really liked Hacivat guys. I've always found Hacivat to be quite rough and quite synthetic smelling to me. Something here smells metallic to me, and it's always been that way forever. Also, Hacivat here never really performed on my skin for whatever reason. I mean, sometimes I spray Hacivat and smell it on myself, but it's just for about the first 1 hour or 2 hours and then I can't smell it. But interestingly, people can smell it off me. So it was never really my favorite. But the DNA here reminds me of Hacivat, but not 100%. There's elements from Hacivat that are in here that I like, and that would make me choose this one over Hacivat any day. But the main similarity between both fragrances for me would be the oakmoss. You can definitely pick up that oakmoss here, and that's where I think most people would think of Hacivat. But if I were to pick between both fragrances, I'll go with this one for sure, just because like I said, Hacivat to me has that rough metallic vibe that just doesn't work for me. So my favorite part of this fragrance would be the opening, that citrusy opening, that fresh brightness from the bergamot plus the grapefruit just makes this one a lovely opening to me, and that's my favorite part. And as it dries down, it reminds me so much of Hacivat, which I'm not really a big fan of. The Hawas Black here can be worn casually, it can be worn dressed up. It's one of those fragrances that can be also an everyday fragrance for you. If you like this kind of DNA, if you like Creed Aventus, if you like Hacivat, if you like some of the Afnan, Club de Nuit, all of those kind of fragrances, then you definitely like this one. Personally, I wear this fragrance in the summer and the springtime mostly, but you can definitely wear this one all year round. Performance on this one is kind of interesting to me because this one has that effect where I spray it on for the first 1 or 2 hours. I can pick it up and it's projecting off my skin. I can smell it, and then after 2 hours I don't smell it anymore. But then people around me can smell it, and people around me give me compliments. I mean, there's been 1 or 2 people who have stopped me to ask me what I was wearing when I was wearing this one. Yeah, and you know what, at that point I'm like thinking the fragrance is all gone, I can't smell it anymore. But yeah, I kind of got the same vibe with Hacivat here. Yeah, for me Hacivat would be there for the first 1-2 hours, and then I don't smell it anymore. But if I walk into a room, people would tell me that they like what I was wearing, you know. So yeah, I do get that kind of vibe here. In terms of projection, I would say this one projects really well for the first 2 hours, like solid projection for the first 2 hours. And then I'm not sure if I go nose blind, or if you know, it becomes too much that I just get anosmic to it. But yeah, at that point I don't smell it anymore. If I were to put a number on the longevity of this one, I'd say about 8 to 10 hours on clothes, because I spray on my clothing anyway. But then something happened when I wore this fragrance sometime over the weekend. It was about, I believe, about 10 hours since I wore the fragrance, and somebody was saying to me that the fragrance was too much. I don't know what's happening here with this DNA. It's like some of these fragrances don't like my skin or whatever. I just don't smell them after a long time, and it will be the people around me that would notice the fragrance and possibly even compliment the scent. And Hawas Black here leans masculine to me. I'm sure there are a few ladies that like this kind of scent and they're able to wear this fragrance. I know a few ladies personally that have Hacivat here, and they wear Hacivat and they enjoy it, especially in the summertime. So yeah, I'm thinking there are a few ladies that would be able to wear Hawas Black here and enjoy this scent. Now, do you need this fragrance if you already own Hacivat, or if you own Creed Aventus, or if you own Creed Aventus Absolute? My answer to you would be get a sample and see what you think. Personally, if I don't own any of all this, then it'll be a good buy. But if I already own this and I own some other fragrances that are in this kind of ballpark, I don't think I would go for this one. But if you're looking to save your full bottle of this, or if you have one of these and you just want to relieve the dent that you put on your juice or your bottle, then maybe you should get this one, because this is definitely cheaper than this and absolutely cheaper than Creed Aventus. So yes guys, let me know what you think about Hawas Black here. Have you tried this one? How do you like it? Does it remind you of any of these fragrances? Let me know in the comments below. If you're looking to get Hawas Black here in Canada or in the States, you can use the link in the description below, and you can use my promo code PFC5 to get 5% discount when you buy a bottle. You can also shop designer fragrances, indie fragrances, niche fragrances, clone fragrances, and even tester bottles using the link below. So guys, that's it for Hawas Black here by Rasasi. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for sticking around till the end. If you're new to my channel and you like fragrances and you like what I do, please consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to click that bell icon so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. I'll keep it moving guys, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, please stay safe and bye-bye.